Hey there, future global leaders and changemakers. Ever dreamt of pursuing your academic goals in a new country, soaking up a different culture, and expanding your horizons? That ambition is incredible, and you're not alone. Every year, countless bright minds embark on this exciting journey of international education. But let's be real, alongside the thrill of new beginnings often comes a big question mark. How are you going to finance this amazing chapter? So that brings us to the core of our conversation today. Can international students actually apply for loans through LendKey? It's a crucial question, and getting a clear answer can significantly impact your study abroad plans. Before we dive into the specifics of LendKey, let's take a moment to understand the general landscape of student loans for international students in the U.S. Unlike domestic students who have access to federal loan programs, international students typically need to explore private loan options. These loans are offered by banks, credit unions, and online lending platforms. The eligibility criteria for these private loans can vary quite a bit. Lenders often consider factors like your credit history. If you have one in the U.S., your cosigner's creditworthiness, a U.S. citizen or permanent resident who agrees to be responsible for the loan if you can't repay, the school you're attending, and your field of study. Some lenders might also have specific requirements related to your visa status. Navigating this landscape can feel overwhelming, with different terms, interest rates, and eligibility criteria to consider. That's why it's so important to research thoroughly and understand your options. Now, let's bring LendKey into the spotlight. LendKey is an online platform that connects borrowers with a network of credit unions and banks. Instead of directly funding the loans themselves, they act as a marketplace, streamlining the application process and potentially offering you access to a wider range of loan products and rates. This model can be quite beneficial as it saves you the time and effort of individually researching and applying to multiple lenders. When it comes to international students, the answer to whether you can directly apply for a loan through LendKey isn't a straightforward yes. Here's the nuance. LendKey itself doesn't typically offer loans directly to international students without a U.S. cosigner. The requirement of a creditworthy U.S. citizen or permanent resident as a cosigner is a common stipulation among many private lenders offering loans to international students. This cosigner essentially acts as a guarantor, assuring the lender that the loan will be repaid even if the international student faces unforeseen circumstances. Why is a cosigner often required? For lenders, it's a matter of risk assessment. International students might not have an established credit history in the U.S., and their future employment and financial situation after graduation might be less predictable from the lender's perspective. A U.S. cosigner provides a level of security and recourse for the lender. So, if you are an international student without a U.S. cosigner, your chances of getting approved for a loan directly through LendKey are likely to be very slim. However, this doesn't completely close the door on LendKey for international students. Here's how LendKey can still be a part of your funding journey. 1. Exploring cosigner options. If you do have a trusted U.S. citizen or permanent resident, perhaps a family member, a close friend, or even a sponsor, who is willing and eligible to be your cosigner, then LendKey's platform can be a valuable tool. Through LendKey, your cosigner can apply for a loan on your behalf, potentially accessing competitive rates and terms from their network of lenders. The application process is typically online and user-friendly, allowing you and your cosigner to navigate it together. 2. Comparing offers. Even if you are exploring loan options through other avenues that might be specifically geared towards international students without a cosigner, we'll touch on those in a bit. It can still be beneficial for your U.S. cosigner to explore LendKey's marketplace. This allows you to compare the terms and interest rates offered through LendKey's partner lenders with any other offers you might be considering. 3. Understanding eligibility criteria. By navigating LendKey's website and reviewing the eligibility criteria of their partner lenders, often found in their FAQs or application process, you and your potential cosigner can gain a better understanding of the general requirements for private student loans in the U.S. This can help you prepare the necessary documentation and ensure that your cosigner meets the lender's criteria. Now, let's briefly touch upon other potential loan options for international students who might not have a U.S. cosigner. While these options might have different terms, interest rates, and eligibility requirements, they are worth exploring. Loans specifically for international students. Some financial institutions and organizations specialize in offering loans specifically to international students studying in the U.S. These lenders might have different underwriting processes and might consider factors beyond just a U.S. credit history or cosigner. Examples of such lenders often include Empower Financing and Prodigy Finance, although it's crucial to research their current offerings and eligibility criteria. University-based loans or funding. Some universities in the U.S. offer their own loan programs or have partnerships with specific lenders that might be more accessible to international students. It's always a good idea to check with the financial aid office of the universities you are considering to inquire about any such options. Scholarships and grants. While not loans, scholarships and grants are forms of financial aid that do not need to be repaid. Actively searching and applying for scholarships relevant to your field of study, nationality, or academic achievements is a crucial part of funding your education. Personal savings and family contributions. Exploring your own savings and any potential financial support from your family should always be the first step in your funding plan. Key takeaways about LendKey and international students. Direct loans to international students without a U.S. cosigner are generally not offered through LendKey. LendKey can be a valuable platform if you have a creditworthy U.S. citizen or permanent resident willing to act as your cosigner. Comparing loan offers through LendKey's marketplace can provide valuable insights, even if you are exploring other options. It's crucial to research all available funding options, including loans specifically for international students, university-based aid, scholarships, and personal savings. So, while LendKey might not be the direct solution for every international student seeking funding, it can certainly be a significant part of the equation if you have a U.S. cosigner. Remember, the key to successfully financing your international education lies in thorough research, understanding your options, and planning ahead. Don't get discouraged by initial challenges. Explore all avenues, connect with financial aid advisors, and leverage all available resources. Your dream of studying abroad is achievable with the right planning